Good morning, class. Since we have already learnt how to add and subtract with quadratic surds, and you know that by now, only like terms can be added and subtracted. Okay, but the rule does not apply in multiplication. In multiplication, you can multiply like, you can multiply unlike also. Okay, so we are going to learn about multiplication today. Okay, and we'll start with very simple questions. Okay, just to understand. Suppose we are multiplying two surds. One is root 8 into root 12. So if you are multiplying these two surds, you should know we will always first simplify the surds like we have been doing before. You have root, so take the LCM. So you can see 2 has a square, so you know this is 2 root 2. Whichever has a square will come out and one will stay inside. Similarly for 12, when you find the square root, so you can see 2 has a square and 3 does not, so it is 2 root 3. Now this is where we have come. Okay, this is where I want you to understand how to multiply. Okay, see how it gets multiplied. Okay, see, this is a constant which is a number. The number will get multiplied with the number only, and the root will get multiplied with the root only. So that is how you multiply in surds. Okay, number with the number. So 2 2 is 4, so you can say that is 4, and then we have root. Now we are multiplying with the root. Now root 2 into root 3 is 2 3 6, so it is root 6. So that would be your answer. One more time, remember one thing, that the constant will get multiplied only with the constant, the number with the number, root with the root. So that is one example. Okay, number 2, just to take more examples with that. Suppose we have same type, so we have 2 root 2 into 6 root 2 supposedly. So then you'll see we'll get multiply number with the number, so that will give you 2 6 is 12. And when you look at these roots now, this both roots are the same, root 2 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2 will give us 2. Okay, or you can also think of it like this, that root 2 2 is 4, and I'm just writing it. Okay, you will get root 4, and you know root 4 is 2 because root over of 4 is 2. So either you can write this first and write this later, or you can understand one very simple thing: when like roots multiply, okay, the root gets cancelled. So we have root 2 into root 2 is only 2. So then your answer would be 12 into 2 is 24. That is 1. Okay, now next example that I take is, suppose we have only a number. Suppose 4 is getting multiplied with 3 root 6 supposedly. Now what is the root here? There is no root here. Whenever there is no root, you should understand there is a root of root 1. Just like whenever there is no number, there is 1. Just like whenever there is no root, there is root 1. So number with the number, so number with the number, 4 3 are 12, so that is the number, and root with the root. Since there is no root here, always keep that in mind, there is root 1. Root 1 into root 6 is root 6. So this would be your answer. Okay, next is further. If you go further, suppose we have root 5 into 2 root 6. Okay, suppose that is what is given to us here in the question here. So what we can see now is, quickly, now what is the number here? If there is, like here, when there was no root, we imagined root 1 ourselves. Okay, so here there is no number, so you should know the number is always 1, even if it is not written there. So it will be number with the number. So 1 into 2 is 2, and root into root, you will multiply. 5 into 6 is 30, so that would give you 2 root 30. So that is with the multiplication. I hope that is clear with